Idiot.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Volume 2 of the Butterscotch, Caramels, and everything else that fits in that category. Yeah, it's, well, close to that category. All the fringes, which um, Lady Liberty actually figured out another one or two that fits that profile recently as well. So you'll see them. Anyhow, yeah, so we'll get into this going worst to first again for Volume 2. In the end, we will be putting these all together, accumulating them, and picking the best of each category by flavor profile, not by name. Um, to start off, worst to first for I think Lady actually has a two or something like that. I think so she will be starting this off.
Dulce de Leche from Nomz. I gave this a 2 out of 10. It's not a dulce de leche. It is a burnt sweet cream. There's no caramel to it. There's no anything to it. It's just burnt cream.
Dulce de Leche SC from Nom's sweet sort of cream, not getting any caramel notes, just a creamy something. And I'm not even calling it a full-on cream. I mean, it's almost a cream. It's creamy. 3 of 10 I gave it, but yes, not a good flavor. I would 100% agree with that. It's we didn't like it when we first tested it, and we didn't like it this time either. And we did retest it. So, you have any more twos?
Nope. I've got a
All
couple
right.
of threes.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I have one. Butter toffee, Flavor West. Chemical note here just makes the butter toffee notes kind of obsolete. I mean, like they're there, but they're under that chemical note. It's not like the chemical note's an afterthought. It's the forethought before the butter toffee. 3 of 10 on this for me. It just no.
I also gave this one a 3. I got a kind of chalky sweet cream, but it's not buttery. There's no real toffee to it. It's just not a good flavor.
I had hopes for it, but no. You had another three, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
This is one that we disagree on. Blim- Banana flambe from Nom's, I gave a 3. To me, all I get is an overripe, nearly rotten banana. I don't get any of those cooked notes. I don't get any of those burnt alcohol notes. I just get rotten banana.
This one will come up again toward the end because it is one of my highest ranked ones. Banana Flambe SC from Nom's, caramelized banana with a hint of cooked alcohol. 7 of 10, could have been an 8. I actually prefer this. I do prefer this one over the Salubarome slightly, which is saying something because Salubarome's always been the banana flambe, and I think this is a little bit better. But she doesn't like the banana flambe from SC either, so yeah, that makes sense. All right, do you have any fours?
No, I have one
Okay,
five,
I
two
got one
fives.
five. I have 1 5. Tobacco RY4 SC from Knobs. 5 is okay. It's worth getting, just not great. I get a tangy caramel with a leafy, grassy tobacco. Like by tangy, I mean this thing is really bright and a little bit almost astringent on the caramel side. Therefore, not exactly like your typical smooth RY4 flavor, which is why it's a 5 of 10, not higher.
I also gave this one a fives. I got a sweet leafy tobacco with sweet caramel back notes.
Yeah, it's a little bright for an RY4. Um, yeah, any more fives?
Yes. The salted caramel from Flavor West, I gave a 5 out of 10. I got a nice sweet brown sugar caramel, but it's missing the saltiness.
Hmm.
Like there's no saltiness at all.
This was my next on my list, but I did give it a 6. Salted caramel flavor west, sweet, heavy brown sugar with a slight caramel creaminess. It's more on the brown sugar side of it, and salted question mark not salted. I'm not getting that salted feeling at all. I mean, granted, you don't expect full salted, but you want a little bit of it in there, and just not getting it. 6 of 10 though. It's not a bad caramel. It's just sweet, heavy brown sugar. Yeah. Okay, we're in sixes now.
Yes.
All right. Caramel salted SC Wonder flavors. Dark brown sugar caramel, slightly salted. Question mark two. It's very slightly salted, but it is more of a salted caramel than the other. So 6 of 10. I actually don't mind this. It's not bad for a salted caramel.
I also gave this a 6 of 10. I'm getting a tinge of salt on a sweet creamy caramel.
Yep. All right. So I need more sixes.
I do have one more 6. The molasses from Wonder Flavor. Now, I want to keep everybody in mind, I hate molasses. I do not eat it. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the smell. I hate mincemeat pie. But I still gave this one a 6 because it is pretty accurate. It's a syrupy, dark, sugary with a hint of raisin. So it is fairly accurate. But I did give it a
Wonder
6.
Molasses SC Wonder Flavors is syrupy, dark brown, sugary molasses. I gave it a 7 of 10. It's Hey, if you want to add a little molasses to your cookies, like your cookies or something like that, this it'd be worth trying. I mean, I don't know how it'll molasses gets cooked into the cookies, so this will be standout molasses, but it is pretty accurate to what molasses tastes like. So I was pretty impressed. So you're done with sixes, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we will go with brown sugar DX, the TFA or TPA, depending on where you're from. Medium to dark brown sugar just is what it is. 7 of 10, almost an 8.
I did give this one an 8. I got a sweet, rich, dark brown sugar. I got more
That's
of a dark than a medium dark, but it is definitely brown sugar.
Yep, I would agree with that. And because I want to save the one for last, I'll go with peanut brittle SC from Wonder Flavors. I got peanut brittle with a slightly sharp nut flavor, kind of like accurate to a brittle to get that really sharp nut flavor. More nutty than on the brittle side, but again, pretty accurate to a lot of peanut brittles I've had. 7 of 10, again, almost 8 of 10. Like, these are pretty good. They might actually rank higher. They're definitely gonna rank high in their category.
Again, I actually did give this one an 8. I got a fresh salty nut with a nice dry toffee. It tastes like a peanut brittle is supposed to taste like.
And then last but not least, um, Apple, Toffee Apple SC from Nomz. I get a Macintosh slash green double apple like flavor, very similar to their double apple, if anyone's curious. With dark sugary toffee, like it's pretty good. I like this one quite a bit. I gave it a 7 of 10. This is again one of those ones I wanted to give an 8, but I'm being lenient on it because later on it's going to change in the final episode. These probably will be 8s later. Um, but for now, because conservative, 7 of 10. Very nice flavor.
I also gave this one a 7. I get a nice, sweet, crisp apple that's been dipped in a thick, creamy toffee.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
This was one of our tops out of the Nom's release, actually.
and it still holds up. That's the thing. Sometimes you go back and they don't hold up, especially compared to other flavors. These are actually holding up, which is really good to see. Because we didn't compare them other flavors when we went through the noms. We actually did them individually, according to just the profile versus what they were. This is actually the first time they went up against other flavors in a way and they're ranking really well.
The
So,
important thing to keep in mind with this particular flavor is it is apple forward.
mhm.
That's why it's apple toffee apple, but the toffee in it is also really nice. So
Yeah, the toffee is fortunately because the toffees are a little dark, it's actually kind of more on the apple side, which is the way it should be, I think. I think they did well with it. That said, that's the end of the episode 2, volume 2 of the Butterscotch Caramel Extravaganza episodes, I guess. There's a lot of these in gonna be in this, but it's for a reason because in the end, it's what is best in its category, and some of these do cross over, are very borderline. I mean, that peanut brittle could have easily been just a really good peanut. We've seen some like that. It could have, it is kind of nut forward, so it could work there, but yeah, we'll categorize them according to their flavor, not their name.
yeah, I mean, if you're making something that's you need a peanut that also has some caramel or toffee to it, that would be a perfect place to put a peanut.
As an example of what it could be. It could wind up in that category. Maybe not, probably more miscellaneous, but we'll see when we get the final categories and see if there's anything else that kind of fits in that same vein where they do get compared to each other, or if it's kind of a standout, standalone where it kind of fits in its own category and it doesn't really have any competitors. We will see. There's a lot to test. There's more to grab. So yeah, we will find out in the end, the last episode. But for now, these are the notes on what we have, and there's some good ones in this one, some very good ones. So that said, yeah, everybody have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.